All right, Max, Bam Bam Bigelow and Christian. Who's your pick?
I got to go with Captain Charisma.
That's more than understandable.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the semifinals and finals of bracket number 6 right here, right now.
All right.
I think we're going to go with 30-second defenses.
That's fine. Yeah.
So, Luke, you won that one?
Yep. Heads.
Heads it is.
I'll take it.
Okay.
All right. We have Roman Reigns versus Booker T.
Ooh, okay. That's a match I would still watch
number
today.
17, Roman Reigns.
And Roman Reigns. In this match between Booker T and Roman Reigns has held almost twice, if not almost 3 times, the championships that Booker T has held in his career. Heavyweight championships. Let me make that abundantly clear. As far as most people, Roman Reigns, tag team specialist. Him and Seth Rollins as tag team champions, they went for almost an entire year undefeated as the Shield. Roman Reigns was the biggest backing member of the Shield. He was the guy who was supposed to go heel, but Vince McMahon and the WWE felt that Roman Reigns could be the face of WWE, and let's face it, they weren't wrong. Roman Reigns is the only person to win as much as he did in his freshman year since Kurt Angle. Also, the man come back from a life-threatening disease twice in leukemia. To come back in what? Rule ass.
Time.
I had more. All
right, Caleb.
I hate to have to use the leukemia card, but it's
That's
there.
all right. I got that.
Booker T.
Booker T spent his childhood years in prison, turned his life around to have one of the most star-studded careers in professional wrestling history. One of the only, 2 African-American WCW World Heavyweight champions, following in the footsteps of Ron Simmons. And this was at a time when WCW and WWF were primarily still ran by white talent. Look, it was the 90s. Kevin Nash, Goldberg, Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Booker T, and The Rock were the only 2 people of color, and Booker T carries the mantle of being a wrestler of color. If not for Booker T, right now, Roman Reigns, because of his ethnicity, would not have the pull he has. Booker T paved the way for Kofi Kingston, Apollo Crews, Big E, and the list is going to continue to grow because of Booker T is still an active contributor in that regard. He's also multiple-time WCW U.S. champion and WWE U.S. champion. Keeping the legacy of that title going, damn.
What about Norman Smiley?
A great professional
I
wrestler.
love Norman Smiley.
No.
The big wiggle. Come on now.
It's a really, really hard one.
Whichever way this goes, there's not a wrong answer.
No.
But I think we got to stick with the head of the table, Roman
That's
Reigns.
fair.
It's hard not to.
There's so much more to
Well,
go.
consider Roman Reigns, again, he's still got 20 years left in his career.
Truth.
Booker T in 20 years.
Also, because Booker T is no longer in the running, the statement that you made of the ethnicity of Roman Reigns, I would have put more on The Rock.
Well, he's a member of the
Booker
Samoan
T.
dynasty. What I'm saying is that Booker T paved the way for wrestling.
No. I know what you meant.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, boys.
Heads.
All right. What'd you say?
Heads.
Heads. Heads it is.
Give it to me.
We have got Santino Marella versus Captain Charisma Christian. Luke, you got Christian.
I fucking hate myself.
It's my turn. Okay.
It's your turn.
I'm a few seconds in. It's okay. I don't need a whole lot of time. Where everything goofy that Santino Marella does, Christian does the right way. And he's won championships because of it. Innovator of several different high-flying offenses, but can also work the ground game. Is synonymous with his ladder matches. His matches with Randy Orton when he won the title after Edge retired probably got one of the biggest pops that year of him beating Randy Orton for the title. Of course, Orton beat him back several days later on SmackDown. But the point is that the man has a Hall of Fame-worthy career, and it's shocking and upsetting to me that he's not already in the Hall of Fame. His stuff with Tomko, genius. The Randy Riley Jimmy,
done.
Segment was great.
However, you were talking bad about Randy Orton. I'll give you a warning for that.
I love Randy Orton.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You
All
proved
right,
that in the Rumble
That's
video.
not true.
Santino Marella.
And go.
Santino Marella is the biggest name in Italian wrestling demographic since Bruno Sammartino, who was the pioneer of wrestling in New York in the 1970s and 80s. Santino Marella also does the Cobra, which is a very cool move.
You were just talking. Go.
And I'm sure he's a very nice guy in person who's never made a questionable decision ever against my favorite person, Jim Cornette. And that, of course, would never happen because
You have nothing.
fuck Santino
Time.
Marella. I hate Santino Marella.
And for you to
I
say,
hate him.
now that the time's up, for you to say he's the biggest Italian thing,
Okay,
you forgot Antonio Rocca? Are you fucking
All right.
crazy?
this might surprise you guys,
If
but
he goes fucking Santino, quit.
Santino Marella is not.
If he went Santino, I quit.
I would have given up.
Here comes the fun part.
Yeah. Ooh, this would be a good one.
I get to give one away.
Yes, you do, and it's your choice.
Yep.
I'm going to give you Christian.
Really?
Yep.
All right. All right.
Okay. Well, then call it in the air.
Tails. I really
Tails,
don't know.
it is.
Go ahead and go first.
All right, we have for final bracket of number 6, Roman Reigns and Christian. Caleb,
Damn, that's a
you
Mania
have
match.
Yeah, it is.
Christian.
Go.
Christian is a multiple-time Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, a multiple-time World Tag Team Champion, a Tag Team Specialist, an Individual Specialist, a former ECW World Champion, a former WWE World Champion. His echelon is almost uncomparable, considering that most of his high-profile matches at WrestleManias were tag matches. And bar none and far away, the only thing people remember other than the main events of those pay-per-views. And those, we're talking main events, were Stone Cold and The Rock. Christian went to TNA and literally changed their internet and viewership demographic overnight by just announcing that he was joining the TNA roster. Not only did he go there, when he left, went back to the WWE, went to TNA again to re-elevate them, has done wonders for the Canadian independent wrestling scene and transitioning Canadian wrestlers onto the American independent scene, is one of the reasons that the tag team of FTR is as successful as they are because of their connections to both Edge and Christian. Christian has never once grandstanded against anybody or held his
Time.
position. Damn.
That's a good call, though.
Thank you.
Roman Reigns for me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Roman Reigns. To compare him to anyone in this bracket is really hard to do. The Samoan heritage. Wrestling's in the man's blood. Championships are in the man's blood. He has become, in almost an overnight situation, one of the best talkers in professional wrestling. And he has Paul Heyman, yet doesn't need him. Paul Heyman is accoutrement on the outside. Jey Uso, accoutrement on the outside. He doesn't need these people because he's good enough to do it by himself. Yet, he elevates his family to bring them up the way that he is because, let's face it, the Usos were starting to become stale, and now that they're heel with Roman Reigns, he has now elevated them to main level status. I mean, Elimination Chamber being one of the biggest standouts. Jey Uso or Jimmy Uso would have never been in contendency for a heavyweight championship if Roman Reigns was not the Universal Champion.
Time. Well done.
Well, that was
Well, now we have
an
our
argument that I even thought it was going to be.
Now
I
we have
got
our
it.
30 seconds.
Your 30-second rebuttal starts now.
I'm not going to rebut against Roman Reigns for reasons other than his in-ring ability and his ability to speak alone. Obviously, him overcoming leukemia is a huge facet that very few people, myself personally, have been affected by it, can ever overcome. And it's really inspiring. But comparatively to someone like Christian, is not as fluid in the ring, nor is he as fluid on the mic. Now, he's also not at the highlight of his career yet. Christian's past his. Roman Reigns has plenty of time. But
Time. I'll start mine at 10.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
My bid for Roman Reigns against Christian is simply this: like my partner here said, he hasn't had the. Roman Reigns still has time to grow. Christian's career is, for lack of a better term, on the downside towards the end of his career. Christian, while being fluid on the mic and everything, that come because in the times of the Attitude Era, you had to be. Nowadays, Roman Reigns has gotten where he is because he had to build himself the skill to be able to talk on the microphone. It's not an easy thing to do. I won't talk bad about Christian because I love Christian, but Roman Reigns is, that's like comparing apples and oranges.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty unanimous there.
I hate it.
There's not a bad winner here.
Takes bracket number 6.
Yep.
I hate it because I love Christian.
Oh, so do I, yeah. But when you look at current contributions, Roman still has a lot to give.
Yeah.
And
not to mention he's the guy.
Right. Again, he's at the top of the company right now.
This is the greatest of all time, not the greatest up until now.
Right, exactly, yeah. I agree. Good game.
Good game, my man.
All right, Roman Reigns takes it, y'all. You'll know what to do. Leave us a comment down below. Like, subscribe. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown. Follow us on Twitter at Pro Wrestling TD. Send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com. And stay tuned. Might have a few more surprises for you.